Cut short from the interview for a second. Now the two Koreas are set to announce a joint statement shortly. Excellent. Now on the screen we can see North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in. They will be signing the joint statement.
I can't read it though.
Okay, we can also see his sister Kim Yo-jong by his side. She's helping him out. So they have joined the joint statement at the Peace House. That's where they took a photograph together this morning. So it's been a long day for the leaders. The two had their first encounter at 9:30 a.m. this morning, and now it's 6 p.m. They are they are having a handshake. So the joint statement has been signed by the leaders of the two Koreas. And so the details of the agreement or the joint statement has yet to be unveiled. Okay, there is a big hug between the two leaders. Handshake by President Moon Jae-in with North Korean officials who were part of the delegation. And the same goes for North Korean leader Kim Jong-un shaking hands with the South Korean delegation. Now they're making their way to the podium where it's expected that they will make an announcement. Okay, so the details of the agreement has been announced. Some of the details have been announced that the two we're going to take a listen to what they have to say first.
Now, President Moon Jae-in of the Republic of Korea and Chairman Kim Jong-un of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea will announce the Panmunjom Declaration. First, President Moon Jae-in. Honorable citizens of the two Koreas, Chairman Kim Jong-un and I, holding the hopes of the 80 million people, we hold the inter-Korean talks. There will be no longer war, and we agreed together and declare that we are ushering in an era of peace. During the long past, we believed that we could overcome such long pain. We were able to stand together at this moment. Today, Chairman Kim and I agree that we should denuclearize the Korean Peninsula and make a Korean Peninsula free of nuclear. And we also agreed that the measures taken by the North are very meaningful and significant. To make a complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, we firmly declare that we will carry out close cooperation. And also with the end of the Armistice Treaty and a peace treaty, we agree that we will make an everlasting peace on the Korean Peninsula. And we will transform the relations surrounding the Korean Peninsula. Now, on the ground, in the sea and the air, we will halt all forms of hostilities. And we will also come up with measures to end military conflicts. And the DMZ will become a peace zone. And on the NLL of the West Sea, we will make it into a peace marine zone to prevent any hostilities and secure a peace and safe fishing activities. And I applaud Chairman Kim's courage and determination for making such determination. We need to decide our people's own future, yet cooperate together with the international society. Chairman Kim and I, with the trust of mutual trust, we will carry out summits and we will have direct phone line to carry out dialogue. There will be no going back in time. Honorable citizens of the two Koreas and compatriots of Korea, together with Chairman Kim, we will make bold journey together to build a peace on the Korean Peninsula. The military officials of the two Koreas will carry out talks, and for the unity of the two Koreas, we will carry out cooperation in all levels and in all areas. Before it's too late, we will conduct the reunion of the separated families so that they can go back to their hometown and exchange letters. We will also build a joint inter-Korean liaison office at KAESONG, which will be presided by the officials from both Koreas. And we will conduct projects and negotiations for the inter-Korean Red Cross talk. And if conditions are made, we will build liaison offices in each of our Koreas. Today, Chairman Kim and I have discussed denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, and we have built a great milestone for our future. With the strong determination of Chairman Kim, we are giving you a great present to the citizens of the two Koreas. We are having a special method in our presentation. Chairman Kim of North Korea is standing by me and is standing in front of the international world, which is unprecedented. I give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
Fellow citizens, President Moon and I today came here at Panmunjom, felt heavily responsible for the unification and I would also like to thank President Moon and all the officials who have prepared this event. And thank you for the warm welcome and who have put in much effort We also thank you for the Korean citizens. The North and the South took a very long time to come together once again, and we have waited for this meeting for a very long time. And we realize that we are tied with blood and we cannot be separated, and we are of the same country. And we're not the people who should be separated and giving hostile remarks, but we are actually brothers with the same blood. We hope that we can open a new road to become together and open up a new future. And that is why I came to South Korea, crossing the military demarcation line. We thank all of you for yearning for the two Koreas to come together, and we also discuss many agendas that are pending for the two Koreas. We hope to open a new era of peace, and we have reaffirmed our commitment to such peace. And all of the declarations and agreements will be implemented for the two Koreas. President Moon and I today at the talks will make efforts to bring peace to the Korean Peninsula, and we also signed the joint declaration that carries all of the agreements that we've made today. And we hope that we will not repeat our mistakes in the past, and we will face each other face to face and make efforts together. And we hope that this will be an opportunity for the two Koreas and the two Korean people to move freely from North and South. And we will have one history and one blood and become one country, and we will have mutual prosperity in the future for the two countries. Once we have a firm commitment, we can always open a closed door. Based on mutual trust, if we put people first, we should be able to become a little bit closer to the hope for unification. In this new era, this is something that we have to create for reconciliation between the two Koreas.
We need to take responsibility for our own history. And in this line, there could be difficulties, because without pain there are no success. The difficult times to make today's encounter possible, we shall remember this and remember it in our hearts. We should join our power and energy and wisdom to make a new future with a dream, and let's walk together. The Panmunjom Declaration agreed upon today, I hope can meet to your high expectations. Thank you for your great support and cooperation in order to make today's Inter-Korean Summit possible. I thank you once again. And thank you I would like to extend my thanks to all of the correspondents, journalists, for your attention. Thank you very much.
So there we have it. The two Koreas have just announced the Panmunjom agreement. Now, if we take a look at some of the details, they said they will open a new era of peace. They will no longer have war on the peninsula. They will rid nuclear weapons on the Korean peninsula to achieve denuclearized Korean peninsula. As well as ending the Armistice Treaty and pursuing a peace treaty for everlasting peace on the peninsula, and ending all forms of hostilities, as well as military conflicts. They also agreed to change the DMZ into a peace zone, and President Moon also said he would make a visit to Pyongyang. Now, on North Korea's part, he said the North and South have a long time, they have to come together, they share the same blood, we should not be separated and are brothers, and he hopes for mutual prosperity and a united Korea. So what do you make of the agreement that they've just announced? I mean, it has a lot of details, and some of the details that a lot of people were hoping for.
Right.
How do you see it?
Well, it's I think far more further reaching than I would have anticipated. I thought they would probably be more conservative, thinking about the response to the United States or other countries. They seem to have decided they're going to go forward boldly with a vision for the Korean Peninsula. And some of the language. I didn't have a chance. I cannot listen to Korean and English at the same time, so I don't know the exact language in Korean. But the cessation of hostilities implied something more comprehensive than simply a ceasefire or stopping military drills. Right? There's some more fundamental shift. So it seemed quite profound. The implications, and it suggested to me that this was a Korean initiative, that the Koreans themselves had gotten together, probably is a lot of very hard work, but tried to map out a future for themselves. There's, of course, a difference. I mean, the two, President Moon and Chairman Kim, took different approaches. President Moon taking more concrete liaison office and the DMZ Peace Park processes for how we're going to do this, what our policy and system will be. Whereas Chairman Kim was more one country, one blood, one culture, find in our past potential for the future, a slightly more emotional appeal, more broader, sort of sympathetic, empathetic strategy, if you'd say, in terms of rhetoric. So I wouldn't say that was necessarily something that President Moon didn't want, but it was definitely a different approach. And the question for us will be, what does this mean long term? I think we can say at this moment that the Panmunjom Declaration is something you will read about in history books. It has that level of historical significance. I would not belittle it in its importance, and it's probably historically more significant, with all respect, to Kim Dae-jung and President Roh Moo-hyun, probably historically more significant as a turning point. But how it will unfold, of course, is to a large degree in the hands of the Koreans, right? The degree to which people are willing to buy into and support this vision, and to fill it with, it's a bottle, right? I mean, it has to be filled with content, actual actions.
If we cut away from the interview for a second, we can see a car approaching. It's believed to be North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's wife, Lee Seol-ju, who was expected to arrive at Panmunjom at 6:15, so more or less on time. And she will be joining the two leaders and First Lady Kim Jong-suk at the banquet dinner. So she has arrived at the Peace House. So there was much speculation whether Lee Seol-ju will be crossing over as well, but there we have it. So she will likely be greeted by the leaders of the two countries, or the two Koreas.
Right.
So a lot of press waiting for her. Okay, she has stepped out of the car, and she is being greeted by South Korea's First Lady Kim Jong-un. And the two are seen to exchange some words. Now we can see the leaders of the two Koreas also coming out. So another meet and greet between the First Ladies. So North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's wife, Lee Seo-ju, has been seen a lot on, has been receiving global coverage. She's been accompanying Kim Jong-un on his summit trips. As well, when South Korean delegation visited Pyongyang, she was also there. So they are exchanging some words. And they will be holding the banquet shortly. Expected to start around 6:30. So exchanging soft talk there. So they're having casual talks, and it's also the first time the First Ladies of the two Koreas meet. So as we saw earlier today, between when President Moon Jae-in and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un had their first encounter, there has been a lot of soft talk, like it wasn't initially planned. We don't think it was calculated or coordinated in advance, but they seem to be sharing a lot of conversations on the way. Okay, so they have made their way in, and his wife Lee Seo-ju is meeting with the South Korean delegation. So we can see our foreign minister, defense minister there. And South Korean First Lady also greets the North Korean delegation. So it's a rare moment. It's another historic moment. We haven't seen a scene like this in the past.
So in the two previous summits, there was not a moment like this where the wives...
Yes, it's the first time. Yes, the first time for the wives. Okay, so it's likely they're going to take a group photograph. Okay, so there you have it. The first couples of the two Koreas take a photo together.
Sort of like a family.
So they will probably shortly head for the state banquet. It's initially scheduled for 6:30, so in about 10 minutes from now. Sure has been a full-packed day for the two leaders.